Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her blame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep it score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Here we go. Black 80!
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, Wood!
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Two.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now movement already, so a flag down here on our very first play. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Wilson leaves this one with Penning. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. Oh, spinning away. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Good side.
Now Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive tackle. How about that move right there to get upfield and make the play in the offensive backfield? Excellent leverage.
You're right. Tall, big, 6'7", nearly 300 pounds. On second and 15 now. Wilson being chased out left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Trent Sherfield, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, team. 21.
Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 13-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Bust through the tackle. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here.
One left.
Mike 5-9. Get that quarterback.
On first and 10. It's Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing is Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At their 48-yard line.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. There's Garoppolo to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball? You don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
21. Here we go. Go ahead.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. This pass complete to Reynolds. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen. And a first down. Garoppolo in the offense with a first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
From the 38, Garoppolo. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a third down.
13. Hey, Alpha.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Go.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up. On 4th, they executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Come on, let's go! Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Handoff, Coleman, right side. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's got some space here. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Coleman has it here right side. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is now 2. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Hey, come on now, come on now. Preload. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On 1st down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Right there. 50.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he's got Roan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Right there. 54, Mike. Exit.
Right.
Mike 5-4.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
14, got it.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Sheldon Day able to get in there and drop him behind the line. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. But that didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
Watch the pass. Check. 12. Off.
Look for signals.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got Lockett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And an alley to run. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Another try for Penny. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Switch.
Here's the sneak with Wilson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever try.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Garoppolo trying to lay one up deep. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Trey Waynes.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
What? 280. 6 right there, 56. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Here we go.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Penny. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an alley to run. The 40, 30, past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Rush in, rush in, rush, check.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. On the return is Pettis. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
No.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And some room to work. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here we go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 27 yards there, a 1st down. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Garoppolo, quarterback sneak, and across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo taking it in as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
All
right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here?
Let's get off the field.
Hey, Delta.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Check tight.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Army. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Now on 2nd and 16. Wilson, and he connects with Vance McDonald. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Joker.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Mike, 56, right there.
Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Hey, watch that. Mike, 54.
Gun.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch twins.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike's 5-4.
Bound to lose one.
Here's Wilson to throw.
Here we go, get off the field.
Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You must be getting tired of seeing him. He's coming. We got double up.
Block that.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Check.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And the Seahawks on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, tight. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Hey, look.
Watch the pass. Check. Check it out.
This is McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rule seminar, because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
One, Omaha.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Green 80. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Coming.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He was taken down by DeForest Buckner. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Seahawks, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody